We will likely be dealing with a severe weather outbreak that will last days starting from Friday and moving into our weekend. And then possibly mid-March, the cold and maybe snowstorm pattern could return. If you guys love the weather, then please subscribe. Let's get right into it. So first, we're going to take a look at the updated 18Z GFS model and take a look at our potential severe weather outbreak that I think is now likely. So this is current time on Wednesday, March 4th. And then you take this into the next day, and then our outbreak really gets going on Friday the 6th. And you see down here into the plains and into the south, we have a low pressure system start to develop, and this will bubble up, and by the time you hit Saturday, you have severe storms moving into the Great Lake regions, into Michigan, Illinois, and then you even have some back-end snow here in the mountains and areas like that as cold tries to push in behind it. But the real severe weather starts around Texas and into the south on the 7th. And you can see that this line of storms sets up that breaks off from this low pressure system, and it will move from east or south or from west to east across our country, from Texas all the way up into the Great Lakes, and with it will be a line of storms that will have convectivity, brings thunderstorms, heavy rain, hail, and possibly even risk for tornadoes. And we'll take a look at the probabilities of what you can see over your house in just a few minutes. You continue to put this in motion, and as you move into Sunday, you get that line of storms still rolling eastward, and it starts to move into Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, even getting down to the panhandle of Florida eventually as you move into Monday, and it continues to bubble up and just dump rain in Texas, and then move finally, it's out of here on the 9th, and you get another round of storms here on the 11th, the same look kind of, and as it moves from west to east, and this one looks even potentially more potent down to the south and could bring even more severe weather on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Overall, the next 7 days will be extremely active for severe weather in the south, and if you want to see the probabilities, we're going to take a look at that now. So taking a look at the SPC outlooks, this is day 2 categorical, so this is for Friday, the March 6th, and you see that in this light green, there is a 1 out of 5 chance, and the dark green, 2 out of 5, and the yellow, a 3 out of 5. This is saying the chance for there to be severe weather. If you take a look at the actual probabilities for hail, for example, you have that yellow area of 15%. Winds of over 45 miles per hour, you have 15%. And what really concerns me is the tornado possibility of up to a 15% chance it's painting into Texas that you could get a tornado. I think that this pattern supports it. We could have some convectivity, which is what supports very strong thunderstorms. And if you take a look at the day 3, nothing even goes away. This is the categorical, and you have an even more highlighted chance with a 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6 chance in that orange color. How much rain could you really get? Let's take a look. This is through the 11th of March, and you can see that it's painting some hefty numbers here. You're dealing with, in this maroon color, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, and in this yellow color, 5 to 8 inches of rain. So this will cause flooding throughout Texas and into the south, all the way up into the Great Lakes region. This yellow is anywhere from 6 to even 8.2 inches. So farmers, it could affect crops and everything in between that flooding affects. What is March looking like, though? Let's look at the CPC outlooks for the rest of March. Bear with me, guys, it's trying to load. So this is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and you see that it's a little bit different than yesterday's. You have that blue starting to creep in from Canada, and it continues to remain very, very warm in the south and that very dark region in the east into the mid-Atlantic. But then you take a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, and you see that the cold tries to return even more, with the average temperatures returning to the east and the above average temperatures all the way into the south and the west. And along with that cold that will move in through the 8th through the 14th, you have a high precipitation chance for the same areas that will be dealing with the cold. So does this scream winter storm? No, but this does somewhat support a chance for some interior Northeast Great Lakes snow event. I think the 13th through the 17th in that time frame. Does the model show anything right now currently for that time frame? I don't know. Let's take a look. This is the 12th, and then you move into that time frame of interest, and you see, yes, it does actually. It shows a front moving through, and it brings very strong snow into the Great Lakes. Drops this low pressure to a 988, and then some snow into Pennsylvania and into the interior Northeast. So definitely, I think when you get this big dip into that stream right here, you have that blue line where it meets the red line. You have the high pressure that drops down. That is a piece of the polar vortex breaking off from the North Pole, dropping down to Canada and then down into the United States. And so that's where you get like the severe cold. And when one of these breaks off mid-March, you typically have more moisture coming from the Gulf as it's warmer, and it just gives off more moisture in March. If you get a cold outbreak like this, what we're seeing, I definitely think it supports a snowy pattern, maybe even a winter storm here in mid to late March. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.